Coming up on this week's edition of the Sports Desk, Danielle Miskell reports from South High on their game against El Segundo. And if it's high school girls volleyball you're craving for, Anthony Scott has you covered in that department. Plus, Eric Kaback will break down El Camino College men's and women's soccer for you. Get ready, Torrance. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome everyone to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. I am your host AJ Vittone, and this is a special abbreviated edition of the Sports Desk. This week we're going to take a little break from all the scores and highlights and simply let our staff of ace reporters tell you the stories that are important to the sports fans of Torrance. And before we get to that, as always, we must remind you of this, because this is also very important. Don't forget to interact with us on social media. Remember to share your videos, photos, and story ideas, and remember to use the hashtag #TheSportsDeskTV. Hit us up and let us know what's going on, and we'll get you on the show, I promise. All right, let's get things started with high school football. We turn our attention to South High School now, where the Spartans are still in search of their first win of the season. And I know what you're thinking. Did they get it? Good question. Sports Desk reporter Danielle Miskell was at South High for their recent game against El Segundo, and she has our answer.
The Spartans are having a tough season so far, but they continue to fight. Coach does admit that their roster this year is mostly comprised of young players, but they continue to go back to the drawing board, revise the plays, and they are looking upward to improve for the remainder of the season.
It's a very young team. We have starting with a sophomore quarterback, and then we have a lot of sophomore playmakers and a lot of younger line guys. So it's young right now, so we're going through a lot of growing.
Well, hey, you got to give the Spartans some credit, and they played some great defense. El Segundo averages about 26 points a game. South's offensive line struggling. They didn't get the yards they needed, but they ran the ball. Right here, Nash play action fake, pass incomplete to Denton Low Piccolo. Spartans just trying some good plays, and according to sophomore quarterback Drew Nash, that was their main focus for this game.
This week was an improvement. We hold the ball longer, and that was really our goal.
We can only learn from our mistakes. It's all about having fun now. If I didn't love the sport, I wouldn't play it.
Nash and Kawaya, a dynamic duo. First quarter, Nash hands the ball off. Kawaya drives it in, but gets his legs taken out from under him. Second quarter, they're at it again. He throws the ball to Kawaya. He zips through. He takes off, and the crowd goes wild. Taken down at the 45-yard line. Like a Goliath, way to go, Samson. Spartans are thinking on their feet, trying to see which plays stick, and if not in this game, for the next.
It is a rough season right now, but we had switched so many things up because we're trying to figure out what to do. So we have a lot of knowledge now, so maybe we could go out in league and show the other teams, like mix things up and get a win.
But we're getting better each time. We're not consistent. And I think that's the mark of a young team. But at 5 weeks in, we got to start getting that better.
South High ran a total of 42 plays. El Segundo would respond with 38. In spite of their efforts, the Spartans had too many turnovers, and that led to points for the Eagles. Just alone in the first half, they scored 3 touchdowns, and look at this last play. Spartans quarterback Nash anticipating Jarvin Fish, and it's intercepted by Kyle Freeman. Pivots the other way, and he flies like an eagle, 80 yards for the return. Eagles coming down harder in the third quarter. Romero and McEntee just can't be stopped. Pass complete, 39-yard touchdown reception. And finally, with just about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, the last touchdown of the game goes to running back Joey Guarte, who slips by the Spartans unnoticed into the end zone. Final score is 0-49, a colossal win for the Eagles. Spartans taking a beating, but they are keeping their chins up.
All we can do is keep working hard, keep pushing, keep working on our plays, because we've had so many plays now. We all just need to keep working and execute.
Well, we just got to get better. You know, it starts tomorrow. We watch film at 9 a.m. and we get in the weight room, and then Monday we just get right back at it. And we know they're going to have a lot of good athletes, and they're going to have good size, and they're going to present a tremendous challenge. And we just got to get better. Just try to work on the things we're working on, and just hope we can get it consistent.
We know you will, Spartans, and we're rooting for you. South High faces Losinger next, coming up Friday, October 6th at 7 p.m.
Reporting from the South High Spartan Stadium, I'm Danny Miskell for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's turn our attention to volleyball now. It was a clash of the Titans in high school girls volleyball when two of the better teams in Torrance this season battled for city bragging rights. The Tartars of Torrance High were visiting the Spartans of South, and that's exactly where Sports Desk reporter Anthony Scott was, and he has the 411 on this eagerly anticipated matchup between two of the city's hottest teams.
Thanks, AJ. I'm here at South High School Gymnasium for an early interleague matchup between Torrance and South High School. Now, both of these teams have very different pasts, as South High School is coming off its 10th straight 20-win season, while for Torrance, they're looking for their first winning season since 2007. Now, both teams this year are right around 500, so it's anyone's game. South has beaten Torrance High School 22 straight times, so you knew Torrance would be hungry for a win.
Oh yeah, this is the match they've been looking forward to all preseason. This is what we've been gearing up for, so they definitely came in ready.
But the Spartans of South High School showed no mercy. Already up 11-6, middle blocker Hannah Arquish finally puts an end to this intense point to extend their lead. The Spartans would win set 1 25-12 after this block by Torrance falls out of bounds. In the second set, the script was flipped. South is able to keep the point alive with an impressive dig, but Torrance senior Allie Greeley finesses a spike right on the back line, and the Tartars were up 5-1. Later in the second set, a nice dig by Torrance sets up the spike for Elizabeth Truman, and she puts it home. The Tartars would go on to take the second set 25-21. It was a back and forth match, and the third set went back the Spartans' way. Junior Lauren Walsh lays the boom with this impressive kill to help South win the set 25-15. Down 2-1, the Tartars kept it close in the fourth set. Evelyn DaCosta somehow keeps this ball alive, and the Tartars put it away. Torrance trailed 12-11 at this point. But Torrance let the opportunity slip away. Facing match point, a Torrance spike sails out of bounds, giving the Spartans the match. With the 3-1 victory, South improves to 2-0 in league play as they search for another championship.
One of our goals every year is to win a league championship, and you know the league has been down in the past couple of years, but now it's coming up. Torrance was a great opponent for us today and gave us a good match, and we're looking forward to West coming up.
A big reason for the Spartans' success was the connection between captain Kristen Fritchie and outside hitter Lauren Walsh.
Me and Kristen have our times where we really connect. A lot of time that comes with good passing. In the third game we did really good at passing, so when we get passing our offense works, and me and Kristen connect well, so it worked out.
I mean, basically Lauren's everywhere. Like, I put up any kind of ball and she gets a kill, so I like to connect with her.
We started with a roster of 17 girls, and at times we're playing with 10 because we had so many injuries. We've had knees, we've had shoulders, we've had elbows, we've had fingers, and it's just really taken us a while to get in stride. And then all of a sudden we got everybody healthy, and now we got a couple more girls hurt again. So, it's a process. We're working. We're getting a little bit better every day.
With today's 3-1 victory, South High School has now won their last 23 matches against Torrance. The Tartars, however, look to be much improved as they look to make a run at this year's league championship. Reporting from South High School Gymnasium, I'm Anthony Scott for the Sports Desk.
Anthony, thanks. To college volleyball now, where the El Camino women's team are having one heck of a season. The Warriors were boasting a 7-2 record heading into their recent match against East Los Angeles. Anthony Scott was there for this one as well, and he tells us if the Warriors continued their winning ways.
The El Camino women's volleyball team is having a phenomenal 2017 season. At 7-2, the Warriors are ranked 5th in the state, and today they welcome in East Los Angeles, a young team that is hungry for their first defining win. It was a top 50 matchup when El Camino met up with East LA, but the Warriors were ready to prove they were the better team. In the first set, El Camino was dominant. Freshman Renee Bryden puts this kill away to give her squad a 15-4 advantage. Then the Warriors gave it to sophomore Jalen Motley to finish off the set. She squeaks 2 kills inside the lines, and El Camino takes the first set handily by a score of 25-11. Motivated by their performance in the first set, the Huskies of East LA came out swinging in the second. McKenna Ryan records this kill to give the Huskies a quick 5-1 lead. El Camino would respond, however, as middle blocker Renee Bryden looks like she's going for the big kill, but just taps it over the net for the point. And Coach Hazel is excited about her development.
I've known her for a while. Her sister played for us the last 2 years, and I knew she was going to be able to bring us good things, and she keeps getting better and better and is going to be a big part of our offense. And hopefully we keep getting our setters to set her the ball and get her involved a lot is kind of our goal.
I think just our energy was really good in the beginning, and just like consistently getting kills was like what was picking me up to like play well.
After that play by Renee Bryden, the Warriors grabbed control of the second set. A Jalen Motley spike goes off a Husky defender and is out of bounds. The Warriors win the set 25-21, and they smell victory up 2-0. In the third set, with El Camino up 10-5, Aiko Waters finds the open spot and records the kill. Waters finished second on the team with 13 kills. The Warriors would put the finishing touches on the Huskies when the Huskies could not return this spike by Jalen Motley. Motley led the way with 14 kills as El Camino beats East LA in straight sets.
I'm always mainly worried about how we're going to play, not so much who we're going to play against. If we take care of the ball and do what we're supposed to do, I think good things will happen.
Every team comes in, they want to beat us, and I love when people give us their best game. I think we respond really well, and it fires us up.
Now the 5th-ranked Warriors turn their attention to conference play, and Coach Liz Hazel knows the importance of that.
Conference play is super important because if you win your conference, you get automatic into playoffs. So I think they're excited to kind of get that started and see what everybody looks like in our conference.
The El Camino Warriors got contributions from all over the court as they dominated their way to a 3-0 victory over East LA. El Camino now has one more match before conference play starts next week. Reporting from the El Camino Gymnasium, I'm Anthony Scott for the Sports Desk.
Anthony, thanks so much. All right, we're going to take a quick timeout here on the Sports Desk. But whatever you do, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. Coming up next, the men's and women's soccer teams from El Camino College were back at Murdoch Stadium for a doubleheader against Cerritos College. And Eric Kaback will tell us how both teams made out. Stay with us, sports fans. We'll be right back right after this.
The thrill of riding in cars with kids, the importance of doing it safely.
Welcome to the wide world of car seats. Up next is Juan, competing in the right car seat challenge.
On your mark, get set,
Go! Juan's kid is 6 years old. Important info, but that doesn't tell Juan which seat to choose.
Ooh, nice move getting her height. But he'll need one more thing.
That's it, her weight. But wait, what's he doing now?
You know, it looks like he's checking the size limits for each seat.
He's reading it. He seems to be making up his mind.
Yes, he's chosen the right seat for her age, height, and weight.
Now comes the final hurdle, registering it with the manufacturer. And he's registered! Congrats, Juan. You are a car seat champion.
For more car seat safety excitement, go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back, everyone. Remember to follow us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to get involved. All right, the men's soccer team at El Camino College is definitely fun to watch. Their style of play is getting noticed. Bottom line, these guys bring it. The Warriors had their 3-game win streak snapped a while back, and now they're looking to rack up some wins. Warriors were back at Murdoch Stadium playing host to Cerritos College. Sports Desk reporter Eric Kaback was there, and he's going to break it down for us.
Welcome to Murdoch Stadium as the El Camino men's soccer team plays host to the Falcons of Cerritos College. Elko played in a thriller last game in Long Beach as Brian Burrell's goal in stoppage time tied the game at 1. Meanwhile, Cerritos comes into this game at 5-0-3, getting a win in Pasadena City, winning 4-0. And we will pick up the action in the 27th minute of play. El Camino sophomore Jason Tana to the box, headers it in for the first goal of the game. What a find by Reyes Jaime with the dime. El Camino takes an early 1-0 lead. And now 45th minute, Cerritos. Brian Rodriguez will get the ball in the box here. Oh, and it's taken down. No foul given. Cerritos wanted that call, but no call. El Camino, Coach Ever Morataya, giving them a little pep talk as they get ready for the second half. But Cerritos was ready as well. We'll pick up the action in the 55th minute of play. Luis Garcia to the box, and a goal by Guy Carven. What a header. That was the equalizer in the 55th minute. 3 minutes later, after a nasty collision at midfield, Luis Garcia says, uh-oh, I'll take this one myself. On the run, left-footed finish, good. And Cerritos takes a 2-1 lead, and we'll pick up the action in the 87th minute now. Cerritos is just pouring it on. Corner kick from Luis Garcia, and Jose Rivera headers it in as they go on to win this one 3-1. I spoke with Ever Morataya after the game to discuss this loss.
Coach, you guys were up 1 goal after 45 minutes. What'd you like from your team in that first half?
Our defensive shape was good. I think we defended well. We got behind the ball, and we were able to, not allow them to get behind us. And we scored a decent goal, which kept us in the game, and we were happy at half with that score.
Let's move to the second half now. 3 goals in that second half. What happened to your team?
I think we were not ready for second half intensity-wise. They came out strong, and they're a good team. They're gonna score goals if you allow them any space, and they did. They took advantage of it.
After a 1-0 first half, Elko loses 3-1 after giving up 3 unanswered goals to the Cerritos Falcons. Coach Evers said that the lack of intensity on defense was the reason they gave up those 3 goals. El Camino will be on the road for their next 2 and return home on October 10th as they play LA Harbor. This has been Eric Kaback reporting for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Eric. Now, after the men's game, it was now time for the El Camino women's team to take on visiting Cerritos College. It was another soccer twin bill at Murdoch Stadium, and our very own Eric Kaback was doing double duty, and he was there for the women's game as well. He files this report.
Welcome back to Murdoch Stadium as the women of El Camino host the Cerritos Falcons. El Camino comes into this game with a record of 2-5-1. Last week they lost their first conference game of the season to Long Beach. And we will pick up the action in just the second minute. Cerritos' Mia Ramirez opens up the scoring for the Falcons as she dribbles through the Warrior defense and gets it past the keeper Isabel Rojas for the first goal. El Camino's Isabel Rojas had a very good game in the net for Elko. She saved 8 of Cerritos' shots and was a bright spot for the Warriors. And now we'll move to the 59th minute. A throw-in for the Falcons. The ball gets to Ramirez. Couple touches. Couple dribbles. Right-footed shot. Oh, what a shot. That goes into the back of the net. Her second goal of the game. And Cerritos would go on to win this one 2-0. I spoke with Jessica Youngdale, El Camino's coach, after playing this top program competitively. Although they have a better record than you guys on paper and they won 2-0, if the game felt more competitive than that, what did you think?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think, as far as for us, we had nothing to lose. Obviously Cerritos has a great program, and they've had a great program for the past, I can't even tell you how long. They are a tremendous team, and they always are that way. And, I think we talked, and we were going to play this game like, we could compete with them, and that was a big thing.
What do you take away from this game going forward?
We take away a lot. I think we had kind of a rough start, and, we actually even had a team meeting yesterday to kind of talk about some things, and I think we take about what we're capable of. We just played one of the top teams, junior college in the nation to a 2-0 game and had chances. That easily could have been a 1-1 game 10 minutes in. So definitely a lot of positive take. Obviously we're still frustrated. It still goes down as a loss, but I think there's a lot to take from it and to move forward and to, continue to bring that same atmosphere, that same energy, intensity to our next game.
After a competitive game here at Murdoch Stadium, the women of El Camino fall 2-0 to the Cerritos Falcons. The next 2 games for Elko will be on the road, but they return home on October 10th to play LA Harbor. This has been Eric Kaback reporting for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Eric. Great job. Well, that does it for this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again next week, I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and remember, you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. All right, that's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.